Welcome to Deep Thought. Masculinity and femininity are spiritual. Masculinity and femininity are spiritual. See, one thing, right? If you really look at two different movements that are very prominent on not just YouTube, but social media in general, right? You got the movement for men to become men in terms of maybe, people call it alpha, people who follow me will call it select, dominant, everything. Basically the type of men who will get women. But a theme that underlines all that is becoming more masculine, becoming more of that man. On the other side of the coin, you have a movement for women to get the bag, get that high value man, whatever, to level up. But the underlying theme is to become more feminine, And here's a problem. And I'm saying this in general. I'm saying this in just a general thing. This ain't specifically what I do, because you know me, I tell you I take off that mask. But the problem is people want to fake at it, or they'll put on the surface of masculinity. Like a man behaving macho is actually, in most cases, putting on the surface of being a man. He does what he think a man will do, but that's not really him inside. He'll put on the surface. He'll get that car. He'll speak up, or, try to act bossy or something like that. Try to treat women a certain way. And that's what a lot of guys are teaching the guys, to fake it. And the women doing the same thing. Oh, fake like you, fake like you want to be, you want to be submissive to that man, or behave this way, or everything, right? But see, here's the problem with both of them. Here's a problem. Masculinity and femininity are spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. It's intangible. It's a primal force in the universe. Everything, if we look at nature, and I don't promote particular paths, but for this one, I'm going to have to get a little bit deeper into how I really flow. Everything in the universe is energy. Everything. It's an energy that oscillates between two sides: masculinity and femininity, light and dark, hot and cold, everything. So it's a primal force within the universe. Now, the masculine energy is not just saying it's masculine, but it's active. It goes out. It's expansive. It's like heat. It's like heat. It's a primal force. It goes out, And men, at their most natural, just represents one conduit for that energy. So does a termite. So does a lion, a mouse. If they male, they behave the same way. They're expansive, right? Or at least that's how it's supposed to be. Because we got some males who don't do all that. They more into the more feminine energy. And just to be clear, the energy is deep to the point it goes beyond gender. That's how deep the energy is. Now, men are built to manifest the more physical energy and more masculine energy, just like women are built to manifest the more feminine energy. The more feminine energy is more stays still. It's more passive. It's more receptive. It's more nurturing. It's peaceful. It's a peaceful energy. It's cold. And on a metaphysical level, when men and women get together and a man really turns on a woman, it's because her energy is cooler, it's more cold, and then the man comes to warm it up. Right? The man comes to warm it up. It's like the iceberg that's waiting for the sun to come up. It's like the dam that's waiting for that rush of water to break through it. It's like the earth, the dirt, waiting for that shovel to break ground. Now, I use the analogy. If you pick up what I'm saying, let me know. But that's the power right there. But all of that comes down to the spirit. It's the spirit. And because it's taking away the outer appearance, the outer body and everything. It's taking all that away. It's taking away the classes, the money and all of that. All of those are artificial things. When a man and woman come together, it comes down to that energy. And when that energy is in alignment with each other, that is powerful. That is powerful. That's why you'll get some couples together. You're like, what is it about them? But it's on a deep level. And usually, I'm gonna tell you how deep it is. When a man and woman, they not align with the energy they should be aligned with, that's where the problems come in. For example, if you get a woman more in her masculine energy and a man more in his feminine energy, honestly, they can actually maybe do something for a while because the things it's kind of like magnets. For magnets to connect, one side has to be positive, one side has to be negative. It's the same thing with that energy. Now, using the example of a woman more in her masculine, more in her masculine, and a man more in his feminine. Oh yeah, on just a pure level, that can actually work. That can actually work for a little bit. Because remember what I said about masculine energy going through a man. Men are built for it. Feminine energy going through a woman. Women are built for it. At some point, that woman at a deep level still has that need to be feminine. On a deeper level, that man still has a need to be masculine. And trust me, it'll come to the surface because it's such a deep energy. It still want to come to the surface because indeed, when you have situations like that, where the woman's more masculine and the man is more feminine, usually that was something imposed on them by outside forces. Because you have many forces in society that try to throw the energy off, the spirit off in human beings. So that was imposed, but I don't care how powerful these forces think they are not more powerful than a primal energy. So what happens is, that couple can make it maybe at first, but then situations come up and all of a sudden that masculinity comes up in the man. And then that femininity comes up in a woman. Then that's where you start having confusion and stuff. That's where the problems is. That's why when I talk to men, I say there's 3 primary things that I promote. Of course, I promote the body game, which on another level is nothing more than an outer manifestation of spirit. I promote the charisma, which is yet another outward manifestation of spirit. In fact, it is spirit, really. And then masculinity, that primal masculinity, not the fake macho stuff or the women, who got that masculine energy, but still wear those tight jeans and, high heels and stuff. A lot of that. But I'm talking about just a primal thing, an energetic thing. Like you can feel it. It's not even presented. You can just simply feel it. Even if the person looks plain on the outside, you can feel it. And that's a powerful thing. People got to remember, if we're talking about one of the most powerful things a man can do to improve himself it's not even work out. It's not even get a ton of money. It's not even try to pretend like he's alpha or something. Most powerful thing he can do is tap into that inner spirit, that spirit of masculinity that's naturally a part of him, and use it. It's like a horse. Women, you get women up here, they in all these level up groups and stuff. But a powerful thing they can do is just tap into that natural femininity and let it flow. And that's the beauty of it. If both those energies, the thing is, you just have to let it flow. You just have to let it flow. Like I said, we live in a culture that tries to suppress it, actively suppresses that energy on both men and women. But if as a man and woman, you can let that energy flow on a spiritual level, it's very powerful. Very powerful. That's why you might see someone who makes a modest living, looks average to the majority of people, but they can still get a mate easily because they're hitting them on such a deep primal level. It's just it's it's hard to describe, but you can feel it though. So I want y'all to think about that. So anyway, that's all I have for now. Think of what I've said today and the past couple of days. Peace and blessings.